Let's now set up a development environment so we can start working on the case study project. To develop a full stack web app with database, testing, and so on, there's quite a bit of software required. Everything from Node.js to MongoDB to Chrome and so on. To save you having to install and configure some of it, and to ensure you're using the versions of the software that I am, we're going to use a Vagrant virtual development environment for this course. If you haven't used Vagrant before, it's software that allows you to host a virtual development environment on your computer that is completely isolated from the rest of your system. I'm not going to give you an introduction to Vagrant here, nor am I going to give you any instructions on how to install it, as it's quite specific to your particular system. So what I've done instead is put links above the video where you can get a getting started guide and an installation guide for Vagrant. Now, if you need to install or learn about Vagrant, go ahead and pause the video and do that before you continue here. All the source code for this course is hosted on a private server that I've given you access to when you enrolled. The link to the server is above this video. So go ahead and open that up and log in. Now, for some reason you don't have access to it, you'll need to get in touch and sort that out before continuing. For this course, you'll have access to two projects. The first one is PrintBay, which is the source code for the case study app that we'll be building, and we'll discuss that more in the next video. The other project is PrintBay Vagrant, which is a development environment configuration that we need right now. So go ahead and click on that project to open it. The installation instructions are all down here in the project README file, but I'll quickly demonstrate what to do. So firstly, you want to come up to the clone button here and copy the appropriate URL. I recommend you clone with SSH. Now come to the terminal and change to the directory where you'd like to put your project code. For me, that's in the workspaces directory. Now type git clone and then paste the URL and then press enter. Once that finishes cloning, you'll have a new directory called PrintBay Vagrant. So go ahead and change into that directory. Let's now list the contents of this directory. And you'll see that there are two subdirectories here. There's this data one and Vagrant. We'll talk about the data directory later. For now, let's go ahead and change into the Vagrant directory. And this is where the Vagrant file is located. So we can now create our virtual environment by typing Vagrant up. Now this command is going to download the Vagrant box if necessary and provision the virtual environment. Now this may take 30 minutes or more, so you might want to pause this video while that completes. Once the Vagrant up command has completed, we can now log into the Vagrant box by typing Vagrant SSH. Once you've SSH'd into the box, you can then change into the app directory. So currently this is going to be empty, but in the next video, we'll be installing the app source code on your computer and it will then appear in this directory right here.